All right, let's look at gold. Just run you guys through my thinking here. I'm viewing this phase from the end of 2015, December, as obviously a bullish phase, very clear to see. However you want to count this Elliott wave wise, I do think that we topped out in the potential 3. So maybe a 1, 2, 3, and now we're moving low in a 4th wave, or 1 triangle, 2nd wave, 3rd wave, and now moving low in a 4th wave. Whatever the count might be, I'm not too worried about that. What is very clear is this overlapping nature of price action since last year's high in August. Now, we looked at gold quite a few times, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of people that tried to trade this to the upside were getting killed over and over again. My expectations is that, and it could be anyone's guess what this is I think what we might be dealing with here is what we call a triple zigzag. Very complex pattern. Typically in Elliott wave analysis, these patterns tend to materialize on 4th waves, especially after strong trending phases. And they tend to appear on the 4th waves. And this kind of really, ties in with that thinking. It's like, what on earth do we have here? First we thought we might have an ABCX or ABCX, ABC. Then we had this move to the downside, move lower again, and we already had some sort of a triple sort of a bottom at around about the 1677 level. A little bit lower, just give or take, okay? Now, whatever the case might be, I'm still thinking we're going to drift lower, and this frustration in gold is going to last for probably weeks to come. That being said, I do think that we are at levels where we might potentially see a decent bounce to the upside, potentially similar to these bounces that we've seen previously. Now, this is a shift pitchfork. I've moved around between a modified and a shift. I do think that the shift is working a little bit better, using that high to the single anchor point in March this year to this lower high in June. Price went down. It undershot this center median line, which is perfectly fine. Pulled back to resistance, moved lower. A resistance, although I've overshot that 50% dash median line again, and since now reached the center median line again. We might even undershoot this a little bit more, which is what I'm hoping for before I would like to take a trade here. We had a bounce already. The day prior to that, last week Friday, we had pretty much a very, or close to, should I say, a doji looking candle with price moving higher, and now it's sort of hanging around here. We have failed though to reach 0.618 fib retracement, which is what I would really like to see price gravitate towards too for a potential long opportunity. On a cyclical RSI, we have some better signals on a momentum divergence scenario on the CRSI if we go to a 4-hour chart. Let me just show you quick. So between this low on the 16th of September and the 19th of September, we had clear momentum divergence. From the volume divergence perspective, no clear signal yet on a TSV. All right, now the question is, this does look to me like some sort of an ABC move. Now, was this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC? Maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and price has bottomed, or do we have a 1, 2, 3 with price moving up, and then we're going to see another low gravitate towards a 0.618. That's what I'm hoping for, and one of the reasons I'm also thinking that is exactly what we've seen the other day on the AUD Japanese yen, is this 3-wave move to the downside. Very sharp decline, little bounce and a sharp decline and immediate reversal. Is this potentially a 1, 2, 3 ABC and price going to make another low to complete this sequence before we see a move to the upside? That's my hope. I might obviously be wrong, but if that happens, then I think we'll have a really cool setup here. Let me just bring out my shorter term pitchforks. Now we take a shift again from this high on the 3rd of September, lower low 8th September, lower high 14th of September. Price hit this low red warning line in conjunction with that center median line from a longer term pitchfork twice. We've seen, like I just mentioned, momentum divergence on the cyclical RSI. but nothing really present on the TSV, the time segmented volume indicator. So just looking at this, we might, guys, I'm just saying might, all right? Obviously, like I said, might be wrong. Might be an ABC. So this could be a 1, 2, 3, fourth with a fifth moving lower. Or we'll see price move lower and maybe test these lows around about tomorrow and then head to the upside. Again, might or might not happen. What is interesting though, if we draw this pitchfork, is that if this is an ABC, the price has struggled to break through the centimeter line of this green short-term pitchfork. So although we have the conditions already on the cyclical RSI, we would like to see volume divergence on the TSV. It is really worth waiting for these signals and to be patient for them, because they really do tend to give you really good directional moves. I'm working on the assumption that we might have had an ABC that's either completed or still needs to complete. And if we can get another move lower into this area, let me mark that up, and I'll obviously write down the exact area. Then we might see price reach the 0.618 VIP retracement from that previous low, and again maybe touch this low red warning line, and hopefully this time see much stronger divergence on cyclical RSI and hopefully strong volume divergence on the TSV. So although we're sitting up here, guys, let's see if we can get a nice move lower during the course of the day, maybe into tomorrow, and get into this area over here. Then I'll be looking for a long back to the upside, potentially targeting these previous lows over here. We might get a good risk-reward ratio, potentially put a stop loss down here somewhere. And if you look at the potential in this trade, if we can get into here somewhere and take a trade and see if we can trade this back to the upside. If this all happens, obviously, we got a really good risk-reward ratio of above 3 to 1. So that's my thinking. If price moves lower, and we assume that it might, and it does, then we'll take a trade from in there. Okay, so that is the idea on gold, and I'll be tracking that obviously for the rest of today and heading into tomorrow and the rest of the week. Alright guys, a lot of talking from my side, but I hope you understand why I'm looking at this area for gold as a potential next setup. If we can get a nice move lower, then this will fall within my plan, and let's see if we can get into a trade. Alright guys, it concludes today's report. Thanks very much for watching. Till next time, keep safe out there and goodbye.